Hello and welcome to NDTV News. I am Tariprido Ikidi. The highlights. Governor Doye Diri announces lucrative partnership with global conglomerate Jampor Group. Christian Association of Nigeria felicitates Muslims on Eid al-Maulud celebration. Plus, fresh outbreak of Ebola virus in DR Congo leaves 15 people dead. And now the details. Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, says his administration's collaboration in the energy sector with the Jampor Group, a Dubai-based business conglomerate, will not only be beneficial to the state but also to Niger Delta and the Gulf of Guinea. Governor Diri stated this on Thursday during a memorandum of understanding signing ceremony with the conglomerate in Yenagoa.
Exciting times are ahead for residents of Bayelsa State as a foreign firm, Jampor Group, a business conglomerate based in Dubai, are in the governor's office on Thursday to collaborate in a $3 million project that will bring solar panels and smart electric meter manufacturing to the state, thereby enhancing the local economy, creating jobs, technological opportunities, and more, as 3 major production plants, one for solar panels, another for smart electric meters, and a third for fertilizer blending.
I am here with my team to announce that we are putting additional plants here with our own investment. And one of the plant is make 1 million smart electric meter, and that will be coming here this year and installed, all going well, by end of this year. The second plant we are making is a solar panel making plant here in Bayelsa, next to our other plant. That is again totally our own investment. That's what I wanted to come and report to the governor, and we are signing the MOU for that one today. The third plant, which we have not prepared it, but it is blending, fertilizer blending plant, which would be part of this our 3 plant here. That will be also coming before the end of the year.
For the Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Doye Diri, the memorandum of understanding between both parties is beneficial beyond Bayelsa.
The companies that we used to hear in Lagos, in Abuja, we will now see them here in Bayelsa. Our people from Nigeria have been traveling to China, to Germany, to US in search of solar panels. But today, we have signed an agreement that nobody is going to travel out of this country again. Solar panels will be produced in Bayelsa State by this company. Most of what we have are outdated analog electric meters. Again, we have signed an agreement that the new smart electric meters will be produced here in Bayelsa State. And so, Jampor, we are very, very happy to have you. And all of this is at no cost to the government. It is actually a private concern. And all we are doing is to create the atmosphere that is conducive for them to bring in their investment, which is what we have been looking for, and today we have it here with us. And this is not just Bayelsa. I can assure you that you're actually into the Gulf of Guinea. And so investment in Bayelsa is actually a regional investment.
The project is at no cost to the Bayelsa State government. Attorney General of Bayelsa State, Biria Dambo, SAN, signed the agreement on behalf of the Bayelsa State government, while Bello Abdullahi signed on behalf of Jampor Group. From Government House in Yenagoa, George Ameli reporting for NDTV News.
Political appointees and staff of the Bayelsa State Deputy Governor's Office have described their principal, Senator Lawrence Irujakpo, as a man of integrity, humility, and intellectuality. This was contained in a congratulatory statement signed by his Deputy Chief of Staff, Comrade Gowon Toruyoye, on the occasion of the Deputy Governor's 60th birthday celebration. The statement expressed gratitude to God for granting Senator Irujakpo the grace and strength to discharge his duties. Creditably, for the past years, he has been in the saddle as Deputy Governor. Describing 60 years as a huge milestone, the appointees and staff said they were happy to celebrate Senator Ijaku as a man of character and wisdom whose exceptional leadership has greatly impacted their lives, Bayelsa State, and humanity in general. They expressed optimism that having climbed to the 6th floor in life, the Deputy Governor would be spurred to do more in terms of giving guidance and providing leadership for younger ones, as well as patriotic service to Bayelsa and the nation in the years ahead. The staff equally prayed to God to bless the celebrant with a sound mind, wisdom, and good health so he can continue to serve humanity. The Bayelsa State Government, through its Directorate of Flood and Erosion Control, has commenced the second phase of distilling major creeks and canals across Yenagoa and surrounding communities. Secretary of the agency, Daniel Tenemene, told journalists in Yenagoa that the exercise is part of proactive measures to cushion the impact of the predicted flooding expected in the state in a few weeks. Correspondent Blessing Agadaga reports.
Bayelsa is one of 30 states predicted by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) to experience massive flooding this year. 6 out of the 8 local government areas in the state are considered flood flashpoints. 3 canals and the Epie Creek serve as major water distributors from River Niger through River Non and River Focados into the state capital and adjoining areas. Following a study on how to mitigate yearly flooding, the Directorate embarked on clearing water channels with the current focus on Akemfa, Agudama, and Igbogene for proper evacuation of excess water into the Atlantic Ocean. Daniel Tenemeni, Secretary of the Directorate of Flood and Erosion Control, said the first phase of canal clearing began several months ago in Azikoro, Agbora, Ikeki, and other parts of the state capital. He added that the second phase will now focus on the Agudama, Akemfa, and Igbogene areas of Yenagoa. According to him, the government remains committed to safeguarding lives and property by mitigating the effects of flooding, stressing the agency's level of preparedness.
We as a Directorate in Bayelsa State have started taking proactive steps to ensure that we mitigate the impending flood that have been predicted. And those steps are, 1, we have started desilting of the creeks and canals within Yenagoa and the environs. Because Yenagoa as a whole is being surrounded. So as a Directorate, we have taken a proactive step to ensure that all these canals and creeks are desilted to allow free flow of water.
He further disclosed that structures blocking water courses, channels, and canals would be demolished during the exercise and warned residents to desist from dumping refuse into waterways.
The upstream in Yenagoa, we have from Agudama, Igbogene, Edepie, Okutukutu, Opolo. These are the main upstream within Yenagoa metropolis. And this water, flood waters, normally flow from the upstream to the downstream. Now that we are through with the downstream, we are now in the upstream.
Meanwhile, some residents of Agudama and Igbogene expressed delight over the government's efforts. They recalled the tormenting experience of the 2022 flooding and stressed that desilting canals will help reduce the impact this year.
Before now, we are always having continuous flood overflowing from the creek to the neighboring environment. But ever since this has been going on, it has really helped to reduce the flood impact.
I thank God for what they do for us, so it's easy. So my entire flood come, for me to move, no way. Every I feel with water. I think this work they do last year, we no experience this big flood. And the place is very free to us to work. We used to use canoe every year, but last year we no experience anything canoe. We enjoy the place and we praise God for what government do for us.
The clearing exercise is expected to be concluded before the end of this month of September. Blessing Agadaga, reporting for NDTV News.
Following the criminal incidents of a case of attempted murder and dehumanizing of one Nancy Wilfred, a native of Ugali in Delta State that went viral on social media, the Bayelsa State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of the suspected perpetrators behind the heinous crime. The Bayelsa State Commissioner of Police, CP Francis Sidu, disclosed this while speaking with newsmen at the police headquarters in Yenagoa. Commissioner noted that the command swung into action based on intelligence report on the incident and succeeded in arresting 3 of the suspects involved in the crime, adding that one of the suspects still at large is on the trail and watch list of the police. CP Francis Sidu also stated that efforts are still ongoing to ensure that everyone in connection with the crime are equally arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law. He noted that a case of harassment, dehumanization, abduction, and attempted murder has already been established on the matter by the command, even as further investigations are still ongoing, with a view to giving various partners, including community-based organizations, gender rights activists, and the judiciary the leeway to do their legitimate duties on the incidents effectively. The Christian Association of Nigeria has congratulated Muslims on the celebration of Eid al-Maulud, urging political leaders to prioritize justice, fairness, and compassion in governance. In a statement signed by its president, Archbishop Daniel Oko, Khan said the occasion is a time for Nigerians to reflect on values of humility, compassion, and devotion to God as exemplified by Prophet Muhammad. Oko noted that Nigeria stands at a critical crossroad, stressing that integrity and fairness must guide leadership to its citizens' hardship, strengthen unity, and uphold the dignity of all. He wished Muslims a joyous celebration and prayed that the season fosters unity across faiths and renewed hope for a just and prosperous Nigeria. The National Flood Early Warning Center of the Federal Ministry of Environment is warned that heavy rains may cause flooding in 14 states between September 4 and 8, 2025. The ministry's director of the Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Usman Abdullahi Bukhani, issued the flood alert in a statement on Thursday in Abuja, urging relevant stakeholders to remain on alert. This comes as 7 communities in the Lao local government area of Taraba State were submerged following heavy downpour on Thursday. According to the Environment Ministry statement, the states and their environs likely to experience heavy rainfall that may result in flooding include Ebonyi, Cross River, Kano, Zamfara, and Taraba. Others are Abia and Yobe. The planned implementation of 5% surcharge on refined petroleum products, including petrol and diesel, starting from January 1, 2026, has received condemnation from civil society organizations and other stakeholders in the sector. Also, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi, said the tax will worsen the hardship of already struggling Nigerians. This came as Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria said the law, if enforced, could cause its members to close businesses. President Bola Tinubu had on June 26, 2023, signed the Nigeria Tax Administrative Act, which includes the 5% surcharge on refined petroleum products, which will take effect from January 2026. The federal government said the Nigerian Tax Administration Act aims to boost non-oil revenue and promote fiscal sustainability. If you're just joining us, you're watching Niger Delta Television News. On the headlines, Governor Diri announces lucrative partnership with global conglomerate Jampor Group. Christian Association of Nigeria felicitates Muslims on Eid al-Maulud celebration. Still to come in the news, fresh outbreak of Ebola virus in DR Congo leaves 15 people dead. Details of these and other stories after the break. Do stay with us.
Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NSE Koli Media Complex here in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m. and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Thanks for staying tuned. The news continues. His Highness Ebinyon Ogbowe Judge has marked his 70th birthday with a public presentation of 2 books, Rhythm of Rican Rivers and Songs for the Bard. The event, which held at the Trade Union Congress Hall in Yenagoa, attracted people from far and near who came to celebrate him. Correspondent Blessing Agadaga was there for NDTV News.
The event was chaired by His Royal Highness Barrister Serena Dokubo Spieth Amadabo of Adama of Tuan Brass, represented by Chief Kuros Spieth Akoko, who officially declared the occasion open and unveiled the books to kickstart the launch.
On that note, we are unveiling books.
In his keynote address, Professor Ogaga Okuyade highlighted the impact of writers and poets on society, praising the Ijaw language as a unique tongue that defies interpretation. He lauded the celebrant as one of the Niger Delta's topmost poets whose works resonate deeply.
We are bearing witness to a life steeped in commitment, a career etched into consciousness of his generation, and a body of work that continues to whisper and sometimes thunder into the ears of posterity.
Former acting general manager of Rivers State Television, Dr. Fingesi Onisoya, who reviewed Songs for the Bard, described it as a 113-page collection of 70 poems from 70 poets, all reflecting the challenges of the Niger Delta region.
These poems are actually celebrating Ogbowe and highlighting his areas of concern in his works.
The occasion featured a birthday cake cutting ceremony, poem presentations, and heartfelt testimonials to honor the celebrants.
Strawberries of rose lights, the olive tree like a citadel of learning, Frisco on time. His platinum year. Leaning back, recalling joys here. What a journey, a tale richly spun, a life well lived, a race well run. Akataka of the mangroves, of the creeks, and the brass shores.
Chief Ebinyon Ogbowe and his wife expressed gratitude to God and attendees for making the day special.
To say God bless each and every one of them, and you too. Advice to young authors is, 1, to keep your vision in focus. Like the Bible enjoins us, write the vision down, pursue it. Even though it tarries, it will come to pass.
It's for God to keep him alive for me and for the entire family.
The event drew a diverse crowd of literary figures, royalties, politicians, family, friends, and well-wishers, all celebrating the Platinum Jubilee of a pastor, leader, and poet known for his powerful poetry, which often explores themes of social justice, resistance, and struggles of the Niger Delta region. Blessing Agadaga, reporting for NDTV News.
Amnesty International has urged the federal government to take decisive steps to halt the recurring killings in Nigeria's southeast. The country director of Amnesty International in Nigeria, Issa Sanusi, made the call on Thursday in Lagos during the relaunch of its report, A Decade of Impunity, Attacks and Unlawful Killings in Southeast Nigeria. He noted that no fewer than 1,844 people were killed in the region between January 2021 and June 2023. Sanusi said the silence of Southeast governors to Amnesty's inquiry showed a lack of political will to end the carnage. The country director accused the Nigerian police and all security agencies of being quiet, adding that authorities should conduct thorough investigations and ensure accountability. The group accused Nigerian authorities of allowing a free-for-all reign of impunity in which numerous state and non-state actors have committed serious human rights violations, leaving communities devastated. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has ordered the review of Amnesty's report, while the Defense Headquarters dismissed claims of extrajudicial killings by troops. The remains of late Mrs. Eunice Lemebri has been laid to rest in her hometown, Olumo Quarters, Bomadi Town in Delta State. Family, friends, and well-wishers who gathered to pay the last respect to the nonagenarian described her as a free-spirited and God-fearing woman who will be truly missed. The report.
There is need to love and serve God and be at peace with all men, while we sojourn through life in order to leave behind lasting legacies. And that was the story of Mrs. Eunice Lemebri, as family, friends, and well-wishers from far and near gathered, not just to celebrate the lives and times of Mama, but also to bid her farewell on a final journey home. Reverend David Erugo, while ministering on the topic, What Will You Be Remembered For?, admonished that the living embrace Christ while they still can, as it is the only way to achieve their purpose in life.
She has come to meet the owner who created her. But he has sent a message to us that are living, how are we living our life? It doesn't matter how many years you spend on planet Earth. What matters is what you're able to do with the Lord. Yes. By connecting ourselves to Christ Jesus. Is to know that the man that died for us is still waiting for us to come out.
In their tributes, Pastor Matthew Aderi and Reverend Flora described Mrs. Lemebri as a positive-minded and God-fearing mother whose relentless and unyielding spirit in the face of adversity have inspired not just her children, but as many who have come across her over the years.
If not for some challenges, especially accidents, she has lived over 100 years. She was a lover of God. And I tried to hold on to life despite the challenges and encourage us to hold on no matter what's happening.
Whenever I visited Mama, I was thinking I would be the pastor to preach to Mama. Mama would be the one to preach to me. Even on my Bible said, most times when she did, the church members, myself and the members will come and visit her. And when we are discussing, Mama said, don't worry. I hold on to Jesus. And I know I'm going to die with Jesus.
Friends, family, and well-wishers also eulogized Mama, stating that she was a virtuous woman who will be remembered for her larger-than-life attitude towards life.
She lived up to 92. She'll be greatly missed. But I tell you, every day, I still remember her and all that she is to me. She'll be remembered forever in our hearts.
She was kind to me. She always talks to me. Sometimes, but she I don't understand what you're saying. She's a woman that loves God. A woman that loves God.
Mama Eunice Lemebri is a very lovely woman that loves everybody that comes to her. She's a lover of God that lives a God-fearing life.
Riprido Ikidi, reporting for NDTV News.
In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a fresh outbreak of the Ebola virus has left at least 15 people dead, including 4 health workers. The The outbreak comes as Central and West Africa face multiple overlapping health crises. For details of these and other foreign reports, let's join Mumeya Wonkoya.
On the foreign scene, according to report, health workers dressed in protective gear begin their shifts at an Ebola treatment center in Benin, Dr. Congo, following a fresh outbreak of the Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, which has left at least 15 people dead. Ebola is a highly contagious virus that spreads through contact with bodily fluid, such as blood, vomit, or semen. The illness, its causes is rare but severe, and in many cases fatal. According to the health ministry in the Central African country, Samuel Reja Kaba, the outbreak was detected in Central Kaisa province, with 28 suspected cases recorded so far. The confirmed case was of a 34-year-old pregnant woman in the locality of Bolape in Southern Kaisa province. She was said to have died hours later from multiple organs failure. Also, 4 health workers are among the fatalities. Health Minister explained that the fatality rate, estimated at 53.6%, showed the gravity of the situation. The suspected cases and deaths presented symptoms such as fever, vomiting, diarrhea, and heavy bleeding. The World Health Organization, WHO, said it dispatches its experts alongside Congo's rapid response team to Kaisa province to strengthen disease surveillance, treatment and infection prevention and control in health facilities. It is also delivering supplies including personal protective equipment, mobile laboratory equipment, and medical supplies. WHO said Dr. Congo has a stockpile of treatments of the Ebola vaccine. Benzin said on Friday that he strongly opposed the call to put economic pressure on China after US President Donald Trump urged European countries to do so over the war in Ukraine. China has never denounced Russia's war, nor called for it to withdraw its troops, and many of Ukraine's allies believe that Beijing has provided support to Moscow. China insists it is a neutral party, regularly calling for an end to the fighting while also accusing Western countries of prolonging the conflict by arming Ukraine. Speaking by video conference with European leaders gathered in Paris on Thursday, Trump urged them to put pressure on China and also said Europe must stop possessing Russian oil that is funding the war. A senior White House official told AFP on condition of anonymity. Finally, Hamas on Friday released a video of 2 hostages being driven around Gaza City in a move apparently aimed at swaying Israeli public opinion as the military wrapped off its assault on the city. Report says the propaganda video shows captive guy Gilbert Dallas in a car in several locations in Gaza City, including outside the Red Crescent headquarters, apparently filmed last week. It revealed damaged building through the car window as the unseen driver led the car through parts of the city. CNN has geolocated the video to Gaza City. Toward the end of the video, a second hostage, Alon Ohel, 22, appears alongside Gilbert Dallas in the car. The two embrace and appear surprised to see each other. "I can't believe I'm seeing you," Gilbert Dallas says several times in the video. It was a rare Hamas hostage video in which captives were filmed above ground. Gilbert Dallas, who was likely filmed under duress, says the clip that the date of filming is August 28 and that he has been a hostage for 22 months. The release of the video came on the 700th day of the war, which was marked by protests across Israel calling for a ceasefire deal that will see the hostages released. Mumeya Wonkoya reporting for NDTV Foreign News.
US first 3D animated musical titled Gami and the Livingtons will hit the cinemas nationwide this weekend. For the dose of this report and other entertainment stories, let's join Janet Tuomote.
History will made this weekend as Gami and the Living Things, Nigeria's first full-length 3D animated musical, arrives in cinemas nationwide. Otrico Studios announced on Instagram, Gami and the Living Things is a groundbreaking animation adopted into 115 minutes 3D feature film and a 5-episode special series offering audience multiple ways to experience its magic. This production fuses Nigerian storytelling, music, and acts with a pan-African cast and a global view. It features a musical and contemporary adaptation of iconic African music with an ace-produced soundtrack bound to a streaming success. Famous Nigerian songstress Tiwa Savage has made a case for Temilade Oponiye, popularly known as Tems, after her name was excluded from Afrobeat top 3 artists. Report says that the term Big Three is widely used to refer to the male trio Davido, Burna Boy, and Wizkid, who are celebrated as Nigeria's most dominant global musical exports. However, questioning the criteria used in selecting the Big Three in the industry, Tiwa argued that the narrative turns a blind eye to the outstanding achievements of the leading women in the Afrobeat genre. Speaking in an interview with BBC Radio 1 Extra, she challenged the exclusionary labeling of female singers and insisted that Tems deserve top-tier recognition. Media report has it that Tems rose to fame in 2020 after her collaboration with Wizkid on Essence. She earned her first Grammy in 2023 for her contribution to Wait For You. In 2022 and in 2025, Tems received a second Grammy Award in the Best African Performance category. On a sad note, the fashionist Giorgio Armani died at the age of 91, born in Placenza, northern Italy, on the 11th of July 1934, during the pre-war era of rigid traditions and style. Giorgio Armani's creation has helped increase social fluidity in the later half of 20th century. Armani took away the restrictions and confinement of stiffer styles that makes men feel sophisticated and women empowered in the workplace. Giorgio Armani learned what fabrics that customers liked, bought them, and constructed the clothes with his knowledge to perfect the tailoring. It was Armani's vision that projected the power of Hollywood publicity that money could not buy. He went on to dress stars for Oscar nights, red carpet, which made him the biggest European designer in the United States, and emerged as commercial and creative world fashionist. His death was confirmed on Thursday in a statement by Armani Group, and it said Armani worked until his final days. Janet Tuomote reporting for NDTV News.
And that's the side of our package, but before we go, a quick look at the highlights. Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, says his administration's collaboration in the energy sector with the Jampo Group, a Dubai-based business conglomerate, will not only be beneficial to the state, but also to Niger Delta and the Gulf of Guinea. We also brought to you a report that the Christian Association of Nigeria has congratulated Muslims on the celebration of Eid al-Maulud, urging political leaders to prioritize justice, fairness, and compassion in governance. And finally, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a fresh outbreak of the Ebola virus has left at least 15 people dead, including 4 health workers. Thanks for watching. I am Tari Pridor Ikidi. Bye for now.